I don't think so. I think the president is very pleased with his team, and he has a robust agenda, as I've just outlined, that he looks forward to working with Congress to get done to achieve results for the American people.
Well, how is it that it's appropriate for someone who's a private citizen not?
Ultimately, the best messenger is the president himself. He's always proven that he is the best messenger, not just for what he wants to articulate, but that the American people resoundingly chose him as their president because he understands the frustrations and concerns and values of the American people, and he is probably the best person to communicate that. We'll continue to work as hard as we can to get it done, but we've got a pretty bold agenda. I think he's very pleased with the work of his staff. I think that he is frustrated, like I am and like so many others, to see stories come out that are patently false, to see narratives that are wrong, to see quote-unquote fake news. When you see stories get perpetrated that are absolutely false, that are not based in fact, that is troubling. And he's rightly concerned.
Can you give an example of fake news, Sean?
Yeah, absolutely, Jim. I'll give you an example.
Please.
Sure. Friday, the president was having a great discussion at the G7, and someone from the BBC and ultimately an incoming reporter from the New York Times retweeted that the president was being rude by disrespecting the Italian prime minister. And when in fact you all in every one of the meetings that we sit in watch the president with that one earpiece that's been used by other presidents. And yet the president did a great job at NATO, building stronger bonds at the G7, increasing America's presence around the world. And that's the kind of thing that the BBC and ultimately the reporter who's now joining the New York Times push out and perpetuate with no apology. What, you're shaking your head, Peter. I mean, it's true.
Reporters make mistakes.
No, but that's not. But that's just fake. That is a fake. That is a
newspaper. None of that was on the front page. Your trip was all over the front page. You're making something out of one tweet instead of the.
But again, you guys defend. I gave an answer to Jim. The problem is that I think the president, to the question, gets frustrated when he sees fake stories get published, things that aren't based in fact, and a narrative gets pushed.
Significant, though. That's just so.
So that's just, well, with all due respect, I think when you see instances like that get perpetrated over and over again, that is frustrating. I'm not here. I didn't come here with a list of things, but I think that there's well, thank you. I appreciate it. What you get to decide what's big and what's not. I think there's a lot of the stuff that has gotten pushed out based on unnamed, unaccountable sources that is very troubling. And I think when you see the same kind of thing happen over and over again, it is concerning.
Are you saying that reports that there's going to be an overhaul of the communications operation are fake news? That's where the question's going.
I know. So now you want to come back to that. What I'm telling you is that the reason that the president is frustrated is because there's a perpetuation of false narratives, a use of unnamed sources over and over again about things that are happening that don't ultimately happen, and I think that is troubling.
Kushner fake news?